based on the video that you just saw, in your ISN, I want you to answer the question, what caused the sand to move on the metal plate? And what did you notice happening as the frequency, or the number of waves per second, increased? Those vibrations from the speaker are waves, and you guys noticed something awfully interesting yesterday about sound waves based on what I was seeing from your ISNs. Sound's ability to travel has to do with how closely those molecules are packed together, which tells us that sound needs a medium. Last week, in our rope tied to the tree lab, we saw that transverse waves are traveling horizontally, but the fixed points are moving up and down. Sound waves are an entirely different type of wave called a longitudinal wave that vibrate the medium they're traveling through. I want you guys to watch for a second how these sound waves move. Where transverse waves move up and down, but really travel horizontally. Longitudinal waves are doing more of a compress and stretch kind of motion. They're still traveling horizontally, but instead of moving up and down, it's almost like they're compressing and stretching left to right. And really, we could say those transverse waves are traveling perpendicularly to the direction of oscillation, to the direction of that back and forth. And your longitudinal waves are traveling parallel to the direction of that oscillation, of that back and forth. Now, a little like you can't really see the wings of a hummingbird because they're flapping so fast, sound gets harder and harder to hear as the frequency, or the number of waves per second, increases, because that sound is compressing and stretching the air molecules so fast that it's a little tough for our brains to keep track of. So now, for the big question of the week that I'm sure you all have been waiting for and totally losing sleep over, why are older people not really able to hear those higher frequencies as well as the young people are? Now, giving you a 30-second lesson over the anatomy of an ear, sound waves or vibrations are received by the outer ear, which pass those same vibrations to many different pieces of your middle ear. The inner ear has sensory cells that contain what's called stereocilia, or little hairs that vibrate and send this nerve impulse to the brain to tell your brain exactly what it is that you're hearing. It's kind of like those stereocilia hairs act as a translator so that the brain can understand the sound waves the ear is hearing. As people get older, those stereocilia start to deteriorate or kind of break down. So your job is to answer this question by completing the sentence. If stereocilia, which are the medium for hearing and processing sound waves, if those stereocilia start breaking down as people get older, why would that make older people less able to hear those higher frequencies? And as soon as you've got that, you're going to go ahead and just snap a picture of your notes page with those fill-ins and get it submitted to me, and then you are done for the day. Hey, my people, we are so close to the end of this year, all right? Keep your heads up, stick with me. I know it has been a long semester and really a long 2 months of this online learning, but we are almost there, all right? Finish strong with me. Love you guys.